Hey, welcome. If you run a business or you lead a team or if you are a freelancer and you want to know how you can become laser focused and productive, even if everything around you is so busy these days, then this video is exactly made for you. And I will walk you through the steps and I will show you a system that you can easily apply in your own work environment so that you get more focus and higher productivity. And yeah, first of all, what does it mean to be productive, right? It's not feeling like running in a hamster wheel and constantly hustling and doing more and more without getting more results, just getting more stressed, right? What it doesn't mean is that your work days need to look like this. And that's typically the biggest problem that prevents people from staying focused because they are constantly bouncing around between so many different things. One meeting hunts the other one. The inbox overflows with new messages. The same happens on chat and Slack and WhatsApp. Then you get phone calls. Or if you work in an office, then your coworkers constantly interrupt you and each other. And that is the biggest problem why people get stressed, why they lack focus, and why they are not so productive as they want to be. So on the other side, what you wish for is to have work days that look like this. You have one specific goal, you know how to achieve it, you work towards this goal with laser focus and all that without constant interruptions, right? That's typically what people describe as being in the flow, when you just feel like things are rolling. You are just doing the things you can do where you have the skills for and that you enjoy doing. And then you get awesome results that make you even more happy and productive, right? While this is just a down race of constantly getting more stressed and increasing workload. Okay, so why your days might look like this, no matter if you are a freelancer, business leader, or team lead, is because very often people think that they need meetings to get work done. Or even worse, they feel that they need to be in the office, at the water cooler, random conversations in order to solve problems, which is good for socializing, but it's not necessary to get the work done. And it's even counterproductive because too much communication takes a lot of time. And if you always involve so many people, just in case there might be a person that can contribute to this meeting, that reduces the productivity of teams big time and increases workload big time. So the amount of meetings you have every day is a clear indicator of how much clarity is missing in the communication in your team or in the entire organization, right? The more meetings, the less efficiency, and the more clarity is missing. So that's why people need calls. And if everything was clear, they don't need calls just to socialize. That would be a nice to have. Now, if your workday looks like this, right, you are either you don't even have a calendar and then you just react like person calls you, chats with you, or invites you to a meeting, or you get so many meetings that you just feel out of control of your schedule. Then that's another thing you want to fix, because these two things are the root cause for workdays that look like this. Okay, and the next one is, if you look at your phone and you constantly react to these red icons that tell you, hey, there is something going on, jump on it, fix me, there is somebody that wants something from you, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare for productivity, right? You can do this, but don't expect to be productive. That's just being busy. But being busy has nothing to do with being productive and creating nice results for yourself and for your organization and your team. And also another problem is when you constantly have your phone next to you and it's not offline, but you accept any call, right? What happens is that you just react to people that want your time and attention. And obviously you are not in control of your time, your focus, and your priorities, right? And if that happens on all channels, like you see them here, on Slack, on email, on all the other apps where people want something from you, then you can lose control over your time, focus, and priority really fast. And it's hard to get out of that if you are deeply in this reaction mode. But let me show you how you can pull yourself out from that, that's the other parts of this meeting, of this video. So here, that's what typically happens, right? If you lead a team or you lead a whole business, then very often you are the bottleneck between people, clients that want something from your team, and the team itself that often doesn't know what the client wants, internal or external client, doesn't matter, and how they should do it. And then there are problems and everyone does everything a little bit. So role pollution becomes a big problem because there is no clarity in what is expected from people, no clear goals, no clear methods. And then people feel overwhelmed and stressed, including you as the bottleneck, because you have to care about both sides. To pull yourself out from that is by first trying to escape this communication bottleneck, bring those people that want something and those people that should deliver the service directly together, and then provide a leadership system so that things become more clear, expectations are well set, and everyone can work properly together without like fighting the fires and handling all the problems that appear when you don't have that. Okay, so then you build something that is called your personal leadership system. It consists of 3 components. It's time boxing, right? I will show you how that works. It's priority management. I will show you how that works. And it's proper delegation with structured communication. And if you are currently like many times in meetings and chats and you're working 40, 50 hours per week, then implementing your personal leadership system with these 3 components can easily help you get 4 to 10 hours free time every single week, less stress and more focus. Okay, but that's by far not everything. I will show you how these components look like and how you can implement them. So this is how time boxes work. You see that here. It's an example of my calendar. So it starts in the morning. It's all about routines, right? And you might have your routine. You typically wake up in the morning. First thing is check your phone. That's already like toxic, right? When you check emails and messages, especially work emails and messages, it's like having your clients standing in your bedroom, right? That's not a routine. I mean a routine where you like start, maybe you eat with your family and then you prepare your work day. You really find out what is most important to get done today. Maybe you have a workout routine. Maybe you do meditation in order to escape this happening to your brain and making your brain work like this. Okay, meditation can help you with that. And then you set time boxes where you are the boss of your time, and you set them by the roles basically that you own. For example, you are a software developer or you are a team lead. So then you have time boxes for team communication, right? You have time boxes for doing work actually yourself. For example, preparing work for your team, reviewing work for your team. Maybe you have an administration time box where you answer messages from other people that want something from you. That's what typically happens in these Slack, Mail, LinkedIn messages, time boxes, right? Where I personally jump online and answer questions. Then I go offline. And here in these time boxes, people from my team can book my time through the calendar, and they know I'm always available for them when an appointment is booked. And when I'm not available, I close this time box. Then I have focused work. Okay, and in these focused time boxes, I never like check my phone or some of like all these icons here, right? I just eliminate them. The easiest way to eliminate distraction is to remove it. Just get rid of it, right? Go to another room, uninstall the apps or install app blockers that prevent you from just looking at these notifications, okay? Because they are so annoying sometimes that you cannot resist. Okay, that's the methodology of time boxes. Reserving time every day for things that matter to you and then sticking to it without interruption. Very, very important skill or tool or both. And you can combine that with your personal priority management system, right? Which is basically a Trello board, can be any Kanban board. You can use Microsoft Planner if you're on Teams. You can use Jira, Asana, Monday, ClickUp, they all work. And then per category where you have a time box in your calendar, you create a separate column. And in this column, whenever work comes in through any channel, like a coworker asks you something to do for them, not just a question, or someone calls you, you get an email, message, you put it into the category first, and then you prioritize it in the order vertically where the highest item is the most important one and the lowest one has the lowest priority. And then when your time box gets active in the calendar, you just go to the most important thing in this category and you do it without interruption, without thinking about what should I do right now. You see it here, you just do it. And there is always more work than there is time available. That's normal. But you want to make sure that you get those things done that are of high priority, while it's okay to let things fall through the cracks that are not of such high importance. And that's what you do with priority management. And then on Friday, like in the evening or afternoon, you can go through all the categories and reprioritize them and remove what is not important anymore and put those on top that are most important, right? Or you do it in the morning when you have this get the hardest thing done. That could be also your workday preparation in order to prioritize everything that matters for you, right? That's your priority management. And then there is one important thing. It's like almost like a secret weapon to fight constant interruptions. It's saying no. It's saying not just no, but saying no and provide an alternative, right? When somebody asks you to do something, and we want to be kind and say yes to everything in order to please other people, which is a good intention, but you forget that it will make you drop your other commitments and prevent you from achieving your goals. So saying no and then providing an alternative how the person can get the answer, the solution, that's always a good thing, right? It makes you sticking to your initial commitment more reliably. And by saying no more often, other people will see you as a more reliable person, because this will help you like deliver what you committed to, instead of getting overloaded with so many things you say yes to and then forget about the things you committed to. And then other people will say, this person is not so reliable anymore because doesn't deliver, forgets things, which is natural when you are overloaded. So say no and point the person to another direction, another alternative is actually a very good thing. Okay, and then the second and third step is to build something that is called a quality standard and a digital leadership system for your team. I won't dive deep into that right now. Just want to see you, let you see how the blueprint looks like. So it's a role quality standard defining the clear roles of your team, so everyone knows exactly what they are responsible and accountable for, and the team knows that between each other. That will help your team get really laser focused on what is most important for them, right? And one person can have multiple roles, and the roles are the categories you put into your calendar and your Trello board, for example. Then you have a process quality standard. So instead of relying on random meetings and constant interruptions, have repeatable meetings, for example, a Q&A session every day. You can use Scrum as a process quality standard to help your team collaborate together as a team, right? That's the process quality standard. And then here, these two things are kind of a service catalog, or what you sell to internal or external clients, the services you provide. When you provide them very clearly, then on both sides, for your clients and for your team, expectations are very well set and everyone knows what they should do and what they get. That's your productized offers or your service catalog. And then you can create templates for the service items you deliver. And these will become assets that empower your team to deliver the services faster, more reliably, at a constant quality, and more efficiently. Right? And when you are like you lead a business, now then when you developed and defined your productized offers, you can attach a sales funnel that helps you save a lot of time in sales, because it brings in highly qualified leads to your business that are interested in your productized offers. Your team knows how to deliver them, and then everything is a lot more efficient, more productive, more focused, without increasing workload and stress. Okay, so that's how it goes. And then when everything is nicely organized and systemized, then you can hire and onboard global freelancers, right? Because you have well-defined job roles or job posts, you can create an HR funnel to attract those people that are currently in a messy, stressful work environment, and they want to work in a very focused and calm work environment. So you can offer them these jobs and bring them to your business. And when things are nicely organized, you can onboard them even automatically and in record time using video onboardings. Okay, so that's how it goes. And then in the end, when you implement these systems and establish these routines, then your work will become outcome driven. So you focus on the results you want to create and then define the tasks you need to complete in order to create this result. Okay. And instead of just being task driven and reacting to things you need to do without being clear about the intention, what you want to achieve. Okay. That's how you you basically feel better because things that you do are more meaningful. Okay. And I said that already. When you define crystal clear roles with clear ownership for everyone in your team, then people, they know what they need to do and what they own. And when the problem appears, it's clear who should care about it and who owns it. Then you don't need to have like an endless meeting, okay, just to discuss something. There is one person owning the problem, and this person can, of course, consult with other people to get some support, but it's not necessary to bring everyone together to always like discuss the same things. And then instead of having the problem solved as a result of this meeting, you just have another meeting because things are still not clear. Okay, so that's how crystal clear roles, I call them micro roles, are a gift for your team, create more focus, instead of having role pollution where everyone does everything a little bit all the time. Okay, that's what is written there. And then you standardize how the work is done and what the work is, right? That sets clear expectations instead of just you and your team bouncing around between so many different things. And when you have unset expectations, it's hard to meet these expectations. That creates more stress, more escalations, and so on. And when you standardize the work and how your team collaborates, then you can automate a lot, right? Because when things are very clear, how work flows through your organization, through your teams, to your clients, then you can automate a lot of things. And that will make your entire business and your team a lot more focused and productive. What I already said, eliminate sources of distraction, just get rid of it in your focus time boxes. Yeah, and if like the problem is not all the work comes in, but that you cannot focus and that you are constantly struggling with so many thoughts that are bouncing around in your head and you cannot focus because it's not the external things that come into your way, it's your own thoughts that come into your way, then meditation can be a big leverage for you to become more calm and more focused and less stressed. Okay, so if you want to learn more about that and see how all these things here go in detail and how you can implement these things, we can even help you like clone this whole system. We've built that already and you can copy it to your own organization. Then below this video, you will find a link and you can just click it. And it's free. Just watch this video, see how it goes. And if you're interested, we can have a talk about that. Yeah, if you like that video and you feel you got some value out of it, I would be happy if you hit the like button, want to share this video and subscribe to our channel. Cheers, happy scaling, and thank you very much for your time and attention. Bye-bye.